Hey everybody, it's Drew Berry here, and welcome to Deck Quest. This is a new series I'll be starting where I'll be playing one deck across about a week, and I'm going to find 5 interesting matches with unique scenarios for you to solve. So in each match in Marvel Snap, there's usually a pivotal moment where you either win or you lose on the next turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a match up to that pivotal moment. I'm going to pause and I'm going to lay out some possible plays for our next turn. So what I want you to do is to comment below which one you would choose, or comment if there's one that you think would have been better that I missed. Also, midway through my quest, I'm going to do a deck tech video. This is where I'm going to look at meta-defining changes in this kind of deck, and also take your suggestions and alternatives from the comments below and swap out some cards. Then the next few matches are going to be with that new deck, and we'll see how it does. I'm also going to add a storyline element to this. This is just for fun, but I hope you enjoy it. Okay, let's get on to the first quest, Portal Quest. Okay, so here we have our move deck. You're going to see all the cards on the left. I have pretty standard move deck. I just pulled Human Torch from pool 3, which I felt pretty lucky about. And I'm teching in Enchantress just in case of the Devil Dino. And would you know it, Onslaught Citadel ongoing effects here are doubled, so Enchantress might come in handy. I could play Iron Fist on turn 1, but I plan on playing Kraven on turn 2, and I really don't want to move him, and I want to save my movement for later. My opponent plays Sunspot, which really doesn't matter. I'm not too worried about this. But Central Park opens up in the middle lane, which is not great because I don't want a lot of characters on my locations because I'm going to be moving around. Opponent plays Angela, also not too worried about that. The squirrel kind of ruins that for him. And Lemuria pops up as the third location. This is exciting. I have a really good line here. So what I choose to do is I'm going to play Cloak in the middle location and Iron Fist second on the right location. The reason it's second is because I don't want to move Cloak. I want to move Vulture, which I'm going to play the turn after. And the reveals aren't going to happen until the next turn, so you're going to see a really, really cool play here. So Vulture, I thought about going to the third lane, but no, it would make more sense if I go in the middle lane, because Iron Fist is going to punch Vulture to the left, and the turn after, Cloak's ability is going to become available, and I can move Vulture back to the middle, and that's a 10 power swing. So what does that mean? I'm click and snap. So we got a lot of cubes on the line here against Cartoon Strange. My opponent plays Nakia and Strong Guy, so clearly going for hand buffs and dumping a bunch of cards, which is kind of worst case scenario because they got the squirrels, and this kind of indicates a flood deck, which is not good for me, but we'll see how it goes. I like how much power I have right now. So on turn 5, we're almost at the pivotal point here. I'm thinking about playing Hulkbuster for some extra buffs, but I'm definitely putting Vulture in the middle to get the +5, and I think I'm just going to play Vision because I could bring him over to Kraven getting the +2 later if I choose, and it's just 7 power. It's just really good, really flexible card. My opponent plays Kazar, buffing all of his 1-cost stuff in those squirrels, and gets Ant-Man out there locking in the right lane. And that brings us to our pivotal moment. Alright, so here's our options on the right hand side here. There might be more, comment below. I end up choosing one of these, and you're going to see how this plays out. There's really a few paths that we could take. In our deck is Human Torch, Enchantress, Heimdall. I would have liked to got Heimdall. I think it would have been really good here. But really what I'm looking to do is I'm winning middle lane. I probably want to take left lane. That's where my mind was at. That's why I did the play that I'm about to do. Let's check it out. Okay, so what I choose to do is I play Hulkbuster on the left and then Doctor Strange. Hulkbuster is going to add the +4 power to Kraven or the Squirrel, which seemed really good, and then Doctor Strange is going to pull over Vulture. But my opponent plays Elektra and Blade in the middle lane, which are buffing Angela +4, and they got the buffs from Nakia a few turns prior. With Kazar as well, that's a really stacked middle lane with low cost. Even though I get a really, really, really big power swing on the left lane, moving Vulture again and buffing Kraven, it's not enough in the middle lane by just moving Vision over, and I end up losing the match. Defeat. But, you know, there's always a bunch of avenues that you could take, and I thought this was an interesting scenario. So we have to move on in our portal quest. Let's see what happened. After a close duel with Cartoon Strange, he steals your cubes and conjures a portal beneath your feet, leaving you in an unknown realm. We must find a way back.